Oh,
Oh, I think it's gonna be
oh,
Sontia.
I'm second. The tables have turned.
First loser.
It's over. Get out. Okay, let me pull up my list here. I wrote it on paper.
Oh man.
I
I do
know.
too. Old school. I got a whole
Yeah.
notebook. Almost. It's. This is probably the first notebook I've filled.
Really?
I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna fill it.
That's cool.
I do it for the show. I got all kinds of notes for that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. My show set list book was pretty thick book, and that's almost filled up.
Nice.
Except for the set lists that are on envelopes, and then it's just like, where's my set list? And then I'll
Sell
just
them for
grab a set
$50
list.
autographed.
Yeah. There you go.
Santia Soul.
I'll be
Find her.
famous one day.
Yeah.
If I,
Remember us.
get off the couch. I'll never forget you guys, man. This show came at like the best time ever.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I will go with, it's not my number one, it's just the first one that I put down. And as you know, I love Nickelback. Like, Nickelback is one of my favorite bands in
Told
the
us.
whole world. And anybody who disagrees has that right as an American citizen.
But she'll kick your ass if you tell her.
But we can
Put a
go
boot.
on.
Put a boot up that ass.
Don't you talk about Nickelback that way. But the first song that I heard by Nickelback was in 1998. It was called Leader of Men.
Yeah.
And it's I'm thankful for that song because around that time I was in high school and I sounded smart. and I am smart, but not like that. And so everybody was trying to push me into these leadership programs. They just kept trying to black leader, woman leader, senior leader, and I didn't want to do any of that. I really just wanted to go drink coffee like at the Perk because I used to go to North High School or do other things. And then this song came on and he was like, I am not a leader of men. And I was like, yes, I am not.
You guys.
Just leave me alone.
I'm a me.
Yeah, I'm a me. So yeah, it was really powerful for me. I didn't even know it was Nickelback because they just came on the radio and nobody told me who it was. I found out years later. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to love them forever for the rest of my life now.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Look at him now. Look at him now.
Yeah, look
They're
at
rock
them.
stars. They're rock stars.
They really are. The second one is Gin and Juice.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because you're rolling down the street, you're smoking your endo and drinking your gin and juice.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, no smoking the gin or the juice.
No endo for him.
Yeah,
It smells like outdo.
I think Gin and Juice came out when I was like 9 or 10, and this is why I'm so thankful for this song. So I decided when I was 9 or 10 that I was going to make myself a cup of gin and juice because of that particular song.
Oh,
and
good.
what I didn't realize was that alcohol can kill you, So I put in my little juice and then I put in a whole lot of gin, drank the whole cup.
Oh, goodness.
Drank the whole cup, passed out watching Jen is truly outrageous. Jim's truly outrageous. Passed out. Woke up 5 or 6 hours later. I felt like I was going to die.
Yeah.
And so I attribute that to me not ever really being an alcoholic when I was younger. Later on I was. But when I was younger, like I was I had a couple of spells of alcoholism. I'm over it now. I actually haven't had a drink. I think I'm coming up on 6 months now.
Nice.
But yeah, so I just the experience was so terrible that I just never drank after that. So I was thankful for that song for encouraging me to be a debaucherous juvenile.
Did you ever drink gin after that?
Yeah. like Tanqueray is the gin that I drank, and the
Yeah.
reason why I like it and I love to have other people taste it for the first time is because it goes Tanqueray. And then you're just sitting there, just hurting, you know.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
I
If I'm
banned
gonna
myself
drink, I'm
from
gonna
gin
drink.
a long time ago, and I have not touched it since.
Oh yeah,
I'm good.
it's
I'm good with that.
you don't play with it. It's
Nah.
you sip on that, or you just shoot it, or I can't mix my hard liquors, which is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Number 3. The Storm is Passing Over, which is a gospel song. And the version that I have just saved on my playlist, because I've heard it from the Mississippi Mass Choir, I do believe, but it's the Detroit Mass Choir.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like that is I'm thankful for it, of course, is because it's talking about how you're going through a storm, terrible things and whatnot. You live long enough, you're going to go through some things, and it just reminds you that it's passing over. And there was this one person, what was it? He was talking about he had ran into Maya Angelou. I feel like this was a post that I saw. And I was kind of going through a hard time when I saw this quote. So it's really interesting that all of this is correlating. But he was saying that he was telling Maya Angelou about his problems or whatever else. And she told him to write this down. She said, write down, every storm runs out of rain.
Yep.
So at some point, no matter how much something is messed up or how terrible a situation is, it's gonna have to end because there's only so much energy that it can take before it just piddles out. So
Yeah.
the storm of passing is passing over is one of those
Good
feel
song.
good songs. Number 4, Loretta Lynn. You ain't woman enough to take my man. And
Yes.
at this time, I was 20 or 21. Yeah, I was 21 years old. Just had my first son. Was in not the best situation relationship, and one of my friends comes up with this cassette tape, and he says, "Have you ever heard of Loretta Lynn?" And I said, "No, I've never heard of Loretta Lynn." He said, "Take this tape," because he knew what situation I was in. He said, "Take
Yeah.
this tape, and I want you to listen to it." And that song came on, and I was like, I'm a woman and I'm gonna be independent, and I've had enough.
Isn't that the one where she's talking about like fighting the gal? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
I
just
can't think of.
yeah, she said, you ain't woman enough to take my man. It was just like it you see the cover on the cassette tape and you're like, oh, what a nice, sweet country lady.
Yeah.
You know, and then she just bosses up and then sets fire to this whole situation. Like, I'll stab you, you know. It was unexpected. And when you actually right, and then when you see the Loretta Lynn story, it's yeah. So you could she just kept elevating. She just kept getting stronger just through all these terrible situations. So that's it. And then number 5 is Sometimes Salvation by the Black Crowes.
Ooh, yeah.
Good song.
Did I do all of them? No, I'm missing one. Well, I'll talk about that one and then I'll go to the one. Yeah, this is number 5, but I didn't do number 4. Number 5, Sometimes Salvation, and just going through different experiences and taking different medicines and whatnot to just kind of chill my brain out. It's just like, you know, you hit that pinnacle where you're like, hey, everything is awesome and everything's gonna be all right. Yeah. And then that's just the eye of the storm, and then it's like whoosh, you're back in it. But you had that moment of salvation, and that moment of salvation is something that you hold on to because it just gives you that energy. It lets you remember that period of time where you were strong when you're still going through this. I really like songs about storms. I just realized that. Number 4, which is actually number 5 now, 3 Libras by Perfect Circle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thankful for that because I have never had a song make me weep like that song.
Wow.
That is an emotional release, and there's nothing happy about it. It's just what it is.
Maynard's pretty amazing. For a goofy looking guy, he's very, you know, he can pull on all the strings.
Yes, everyone.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.